Hello everyone, it's June 19th, 2018. It's Tuesday, it's Harp Tuesday. It's a warm summer day here in Victoria. Got a nice summer haircut and ready to do a little bit of an experimental episode. So I'm going to look at the first of Marcel Tournier's 6 Noels, which is collections of short pieces and written of course for the pedal harp. But this first one, I think actually could work quite nicely on the lever harp. I don't know for sure. I don't know it that well. I've just played through it a few times on the pedal harp and I just thought, I bet this might be able to be adapted. Just like Super. So just like I did with Super, I'm going to go through this, actually not like I did with Super. Super, I talked about learning to play it, but I guess I did an episode on adapting the first prelude, Bach's first prelude for lever harp and figuring out the lever changes. So here, I'm going to go through and talk about figuring out the lever changes here and how we might adapt a piece that was written for the pedal harp to the lever harp. I think that's a great thing to do, right? Expand the repertoire. And let's see what we can do. So, first of all, you'll notice that we're in the key of D flat, right? We've got the 5 flats. And that's because on the pedal harp, the best sound is with as many open strings as possible. So as many flats as possible. C flat sounds great on the pedal harp. And it's fairly easy to just then transpose up a half step. So instead of D flat, we'll play in the key of D. So in other words, instead of having 5 flats and 2 naturals, we're going to have 5 naturals and 2 sharps. So we put C and F sharp up, and as well as all our naturals. And then we're going to be good to go. Of course, we may discover that we want to set some other things ahead of time. But anyway, let me play through a little bit of this so you get to hear, because this first whole section, until we get to this third line, I think, is all no modulation, no accidentals. Is that right? Yep. I think that's a G. Aha! So that's quite beautiful, quite nice, right? Such an interesting little piece. And here we see our first accidental, an A natural. Now keep in mind, you might say, hey, we already have an A natural. But we have to, everything is a half step higher. So we need an A sharp, right? Naturals become sharp because we've moved everything up half step. We can't get an A sharp on lever harp. I'm tuned to E flat with everything down. Can't get an A sharp without retuning. But I could get a B flat, which is the enharmonic equivalent. So we can play. Okay, we've got a B here previously. So we're going to have to change this right here. Can we do that? Let's see. So, and of course I've copied this, right? So I can scribble stuff on instead of my original. Okay. Aha. Yep. Sorry? There we go. Okay, so what I decided to do there was to take all of this chord, this entire chord, in the right hand. So let's see, unfortunately this is, oh I should have, no I think this was actually handwritten in, or like pen, so I couldn't erase it, but so this is out. This will circle, that's the sort of generally accepted shortcut or way of indicating that a note is being played is this enharmonic equivalent. And we're going to change B flat, and I like to put a little, try to put a little diamond shape indicator to kind of know which B flat to change. Unlike the pedal harp, of course, B flat is there's one B pedal. So if it's you have to do something with the B, you know what to do. On the lever harp, a B flat, yes, but there's so many of them, which one? And then we're going to take this entire chord, and this is what I generally like to do, with the right hand. That's going to give the left hand plenty of time, right? To go up and get that and not have to worry about zipping back down. I also am going to note that I'm going to want to, what I kind of like with fingering there, right, is I'm going to place one, of course, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put a little bracket under these bottom ones to try to show that I'm going to place this. So I just move the thumb rather than, it feels a little bit easier in this case to, and safer to place those bottom notes. Okay, so this is also an example of, because we just had this B natural earlier, we know that it's not like we can get this B flat set ahead of time or do anything else, and it's also there's no other enharmonic equivalent. We can't get the A sharp, so we know it has to be this, and we know it has to be done right there. So that's actually like a really easy sort of lever change. Okay, so we still got that down. Here it is again, right? So we're going to circle that. But notice we've got another one coming up, and we can scan through here. We might take a moment and just scan, say, okay, this, we might as well circle it. Again, remember, this is not a natural, it's a sharp, and the only way we can get that is with a B flat. Now, notice here we've got a B natural, and then we're going to have a B flat, so that potentially might be problematic. As we scan through here, we have a B natural coming up here. Oh, and another B flat. I'll go ahead and circle this because, again, there's no other way we can get that pitch unless we retune, which I'm going to try to avoid doing. Okay, and again, maybe this is impossible. I'm just my feeling when I've read through it a couple of times is there's not too many lever changes. It might be possible, but in the end, it may not. So, okay, let's look what we can do on this B natural into B flat that's going on right here. So we've had this. Okay, so that's fine because we're replacing, we have this note. I think that's actually pretty safe. And again, I'm going to take that lower note in the right hand to give the left hand lots of time. B flat. I'm going to just kind of put an arrow up here. Put a little diamond there if I can. Again, kind of messy, but we don't have a ton of room to write on here either. So we have. So far, so good. So I was wondering, do we want to do a lever slide? But I'm just afraid, especially on these, they're most effective on a bigger string. I don't know that we're going to hear that over that F underneath, right? So I think we're going to want to go. I think that's going to be our best option. Now, do we want to maybe change that B back so we're not trying to change it to natural and then flat? In other words, if it's down, it's been down, right? So we go here. That's a little bit tight because we have less than a dotted quarter to get that to natural. Whereas if we change it somewhere else here on the left hand, we actually have a full quarters note, a dotted quarter worth of time. some ways, I actually like just doing it there, even though we got a little bit less time to come up and get that natural set, because it means the left hand just gets to stay there, doesn't, and we have nothing else. Like if we try to go here and then zip all the way up here, it's a lot of movement. That's a long way to go. This is the closest note we can go here. That's why I was changing it right there, right after this. So maybe that is better. I don't know. It's initially it's a little more awkward, right? Because there's those two motions up and down. But one has to be aware that it, sometimes maybe whatever feels easiest is of course the best option. Sometimes maybe something feels initially a little bit easier, but if you spend the time to learn the other way, maybe it ends up actually feeling much better on the hands and being much easier and faster. So let's try that again. Or okay, for the moment I do like just changing it here. So we go B natural. I'm going to put a thing just like a pedal marking to show that, keep that hand up there, and B flat. Okay, so and then right, I'm taking that F in the right hand. So far, even though it's not ideal to have all these B natural, B flats, it's working out okay. I wrote this a little bit in front of that, but of course we want to go wait until we've replaced and are playing and about to play before changing it down. Okay. This looks potentially tricky, right? Because we're going to have a hard time getting those left hand. We can't take those left hand notes in the right hand. Okay, we can try. So I don't think we've played that B, right? We've never played that high B. As I said, maybe there's going to be some stuff that we start with that's actually not in the key. So let's jot that down. We'll say so this one up here, set B flat. Okay, but we still need to get it back to natural, right? So, sorry. Well, you know what? I like a challenge. I think that's potentially doable. So we will change this, be natural, and zip right back down and try and get that. You know, we get a little bit of time, right? We're going to slow down a little bit there. Enjoy that little modulation. Ooh, yeah, that's unfortunate, right? Because this A is also has to be a B flat. Remember, accidentals continue on the same line throughout the bar, and then they go away. So even though there's no accidental written for this A, it's still an A natural, which is an A sharp in our key, which we're playing is a B flat. So what can we do about that? Yikes. Awkward. Now, obviously, of course, one solution is potentially to tune our A, right? Don't know, yeah, we have some A naturals, but if we tuned our A to natural when it's down, we get an A sharp, which means we could put the A sharp there. We're not trying to play the same note, the same two different pitches on the same string, right? Which is difficult. I'm just looking at this because if we're, you know, and then we have to bring it back up, not to mention this one, and we have to get a G sharp down there. Remember, G natural is G sharp. So what can we do? Okay, let's assume we've gotten this up and this G sharp, right? So this G sharp, oh, this one we're not playing, so we can leave that B flat for the moment. So here's our sound. We want to go. Yeah, see, we're going to hear that get changed, right? Maybe that's an option. Okay, let's look back and check this G. So first of all, did we need that G sharp earlier? Yes. I mean G natural. Yes. Okay. So we can't just set that from the very beginning. Let's go back from this side then and see. We don't need it for a very long time. I wonder if that might be the only time. Yeah, that's an E on the bottom. Interesting, that might be the only time we need it, the G natural. So when would we want to change that to sharp? Where is the left hand? What about this? So let's put this up, and this is all good. I'm gonna say we're gonna change it there because we have a full bar, dotted half note there. So this is because we're still in treble. It is this one, G sharp. Anyway, we'll play through it later, and that might we have a lot of options for that one, right? Places where it could go. But okay, so we'll assume that's set. Then this is down. Then this is down. This is down. So, well, not this one, right? But this lower B flat, both of our lower B flats, right? This one below middle C and the one above middle C is still down. Yes, from here. And we need this one up. So okay, we're going to need the left hand changing this back to flat up here. So, and this has been flat here. So we have to change it back to natural, maybe here. So flat, this is flat from the beginning. Oh, Yeah, no. Try that again. Sorry. Ah. Okay, exciting, exciting. So we'll change this, which is this one right here. We'll change that back to B flat here as soon as we can. Potential that we hear that get changed, right? That we've, again, I may be playing a little slower. That, but maybe we can throw in a muffle. We'll see, we'll see. I'm gonna jot down a fourth finger here because I think that's gonna be easiest for the left hand. Then of course here we have to go B flat and B natural. Sorry, and this one is a B natural, not a B flat, of course. Okay, so what we're going to do is an exciting little right. So again, this is a new odd tempo. We're going to, instead of having the odd tempo begin right at the start of the broken chord, it's going to we still have this little and ding, dong. Now it's this new thing. Dong. We need a G sharp there as well. Okay, so excellent. So again, this is all kind of like a detective thing or a puzzle where we're just going through piece by piece, fitting together. So now we need this B back to natural, right? The one below middle C, plus we need the G sharp above middle C. And again, with this G sharp, I'm just going to scan back with it, that G above middle C to C, to C. Okay, there's the last time we played it. So, so this is all pretty hairy. Now the B flat is here and is here again, but I don't think we have that happening. So, okay, so I think what we'll do then is, so we have this. So we're gonna take this in the right hand, and we're gonna change our B natural right there. So we'll have that. This is now been up. Everything's up. We got this G sharp, which I guess that's actually a pedal marking. But we're gonna. Oh, when did we? We did that way back here. Yeah, this is a G natural. This is ignore this exactly. So, and then we're going to have to, so we have this, you know, this exciting. Whoa. Great. So we'll just change it. This one, just try it. There we are. G sharp. Change that one there. A flat, oh, oops. A flat is our A natural. We don't have to do anything about that. That one just gets to stay, right? Remember, we're up half a tone, so this is fine. Because of course A flat is G sharp, and I'm like, why do that? So. Okay. So I think, yeah, we just change this, change that to D sharp, and change this to D natural. Not a lot of room to work with here. D natural. And place early to muffle, right? So that we've gone whatever it is, to stop that D from ringing. Oops, sorry. I hope this is still roughly in focus there. Sorry. Two D sharps needed there, so. Right, so maybe we change a D sharp, this one, D sharp, and then maybe this high one, and again, after playing it for a while, may decide that there are better places to change these. Okay. Sorry, where's it? Yeah. Right here. Okay, does that feel doable? Okay, I think we can pop down both of those Fs right there to get us our E natural, which is half step higher, which is F natural. So we're going to, we actually have a fair amount of time here. To left hand's going to come up and change F natural. Try to change both of those. I'll pop an old 2x there. Yeah, sorry, I have manual focus set here so that there's not focus seeking, but I realize I've been moving this music stand around quite liberally, so hopefully this is still, you're still getting a view of what I'm doing. Looks like that's the last of our E natural, so, and we have a, so F flat, and we have an F sharp coming up here. Okay, a little sketchy because some of those, they're still going to be ringing, but we'll try and go F sharp, and then maybe the higher one, and then F sharp and the lower one. And then here we need to get both of our G naturals and G naturals. Just remember, flat is natural for us, right? Instead of 5 flats, we got 5 naturals. And this E flat, we never changed our E from E natural, which is what it is on this. So here we are. So at this point, what have we got sticking around? We've got some D sharps that don't belong in the key, and that's it. Which is, we need them still. Remember, this accidental stays through the end of the line. Yep. So maybe we'll, I'm sorry, getting to the end of this, so I'm not doing it quite as, not spending quite as much time as I did earlier, but let's say we change this one D natural, and then we maybe we change this one D natural, this one right there. And then, I think we're home free, right? Yes, we are. So, let me try the whole thing now. Let's see if this all works. So we set our B flat up here. Taking this here. All right. I wanted to place that to muffle, I think. Oh, okay, right. It's this note. It's this secondary note that I'm taking in the right hand. Yeah, it's because I can't. The other one's too far, but I'll take this G here. So that this is down. So sorry, rhythm, let's see. Is it? Yes, looks good. This one I have to mark those more clearly so I know which one I'm reaching for. And of course, with this harp, I got that low B, which is kind of fun. So there you have it. I think that actually works not too badly. I'm going to see if I can work on this, find some time to work on this, try to maybe put together a music video. It's a beautiful piece. And yeah, just some ideas of how you would go about then adapting a piece that has a reasonable amount of modulation. So things such as enharmonic spelling and taking notes that seem to be written in a different hand. Like we took a lot of notes that were written for the left hand with our right hand. In this case, we actually are able to play, at the moment at least, everything. Sometimes maybe you have to leave out some stuff. In Superior, we certainly did. But yeah, kind of a fun challenge. So I encourage you to go out there and find some piece that maybe you didn't expect could work on the lever harp or had never thought of trying on the lever harp, but actually could. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next week. Thanks to my patrons, because this month is a month of Harp Tuesdays. See you next week. Cheers.